Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. Announcement for switch 125.
What's up, man?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Alright. I got 653 when I go on here soon.
Yeah, go on. I think I'm ready to go on like right at 6:55. Zone I'll be ready.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome.
Alright, about 1 minute out. Yeah, I'm happy. Can you hear me, man?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I apologize. We're having a really weird situation. Our button bar commercials are not playing. And I can't, the open won't come on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I apologize. It never happened.
Okay, so am I ready? Am I ready to go live right now?
yeah, I can go see you. I just can't get commercials on yet. If you want to go, I'll bet you.
All right. All right. I'm ready to. I mean, I am ready to go.
Right.
So.
Okay, cold open. You're going now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome here into Humboldt, Kansas. We have this Kansas high school football 2A matchup, Class 2A here between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers. I am Tyler Godwin on your call for today. We have two teams in this very anticipated high school playoffs matchup. Humboldt coming into this game 9-0, undefeated on the season. As they take on Southeast. Southeast comes in 7-2, only 2 losses. We run down the records up to now as we go over to Humboldt with their record undefeated. Played their first game at Neodacia, won that one 56-14. Then went on to play at Fredonia, won that one 50-18. Played their next game at Eureka, won that one 38-32. Next game was a home game, the first home game of the season against Jayhawk Lynn, won that one 44-0. Next game was on October 4th at Erie, won that one 64-0. Next game up was against Riverton, homecoming at home, won that one 20-14. And then on the 18th, they played Northeast Armor, won that one 76-6. That was Parents' Night on the 25th of October. They played Southeast Cherokee there, won that one 50-18. And their last game on the 31st was against Central Heights, won that one 70-8. As we switch it over to Southeast 7-2. Take a look at their record. They played Uniontown their first game on the 6th, won that one 34-12. Next game was against Pleasanton, won that one 28-12. And then on the 20th, they played Yates Center, won that one 48-0. On the 27th, they played and then on the 27th, they played Northeast, won that one 36-0. And then on the 4th, they played Jayhawk Lynn and won that one as well. On the 11th, they played Erie, won 44-22. Their first loss of the season came on the 18th of October, lost to Riverton 40-6. And then 25th, lost against Humboldt. Their first game against the Cubs, lost that one 50-18. And then they beat Osage City 21-6, a double overtime thriller in that game, and that's where it leads us right here. As we get ready set for this game, Southeast is going to receive. They are going to receive from the north end zone, and Humboldt is going to send it away. As the Cubs get ready to make their way out, one man back deep for Southeast to return the Lancers again. Southeast out of Cherokee, Kansas. Kicking off for Humboldt is going to be Connor Haviland. Haviland, the senior kicker here for the Cubs. Back deep to receive for Southeast. It's going to be an onside kick, a short kick. Short kick only made it to about the 47-yard line. And we're going to get our first look here at the Lancers offense.
Onside kick attempted by the Cubs.
Early onside kick attempted by Humboldt. 47-yard line is officially where they mark it for Southeast. Quarterback under center. Gets a snap. He's going to take it up the middle for the very first play of the game, and he's going to pick up a good chunk of yardage. Pushes his way forward and even picks up a first down as he keeps his legs moving. First down on the very first play of the game for the Lancers. That was Colin Mutes. And Mutes picks up a first down for the Lancers. They get this one rolling. Clock all the way down to 11:40. Mutes goes back under center 2 men out to his right, 1 to his left, 1 man in the backfield. As we get a whistle here. Looks like we have an offsides on Humboldt, and that's going to push it's going to push Southeast forward. Going to give him 5 yards, brings up a 1st down and 5. Ball on the 34-yard line on the Humboldt 34 on that left hash. Mutes goes under center. 4-man front. For Humboldt, gives it off up the middle, and he's not going to have anywhere to go. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage for a gain of 0.
Ball handed off to number 44,
Gage Oblotnik on the tackle, or on the run. Almost that whole Humboldt defensive line in there for the tackle. Brings up a 1-yard gain, brings up 2nd down and 4 for the Lancers. Mutes goes back under center. Man in the backfield is Oblotnik. Gets the snap. It's going to be reverse. He hands it off to the sweep man. He's going to be taken down as he picks up around 2 yards. They're actually going to call it a gain of 0. Keeps it 3rd down and 4. Zayden Hendricks on the carry. That was Cooper Jarrow on the tackle. Gain of 0, 3rd down and 4. Ball on the 23-yard line. 10-10 left to go here in this first quarter. Backfield pitches it off. He's actually going to keep it, and he's going to give it up the middle. Tries to get it around the right side of the line. On the carry for the Lancers was Jacob Tavernaro. Tavernaro, not much to work with. Brings up a gain of 0 again. 4th down and 4. Putting the ball on the 23-yard line for Southeast.
Number 57, Speed Hepker, and number 22, Drake Harrington.
Speed Hepker in on the tackle. And the Lancers are going to go for it, and they're going to try to run up that left side, and he's going to be taken down. Another gain of 0. Stop on 4th down for the Lancers.
Number 25, Jacob
Tabanaro on the carry again. That was Josh Hull on the tackle, and that's going to bring up 1st down and 10 for the Cubs. 1st down and 10, putting the ball in 25. Stop the clock at 9:25 left to go. Going to get the first look at the Cubs here. Snap up. He's taken up the middle for a decent gain of about 7. That was Isaiah Coronado on the carry.
Carry the ball for the Cubs. Number 13, Isaiah Coronado.
Coronado picks up 7 yards on the very first carry of the game. Sets up a 2nd down and 3, putting the ball on the 32-yard line for the Cubs. Man on each side. Shotgun for Holbert. It's snapped. Drops back to pass. Looks for his man overneath is Haviland. Haviland's going to try and take it himself. Breaks it up over the right side. Haviland has a lane on that left side. Makes his way into the end zone. He's going to take it for the first score of the game. Touchdown, Cubs. Connor Haviland dropped back to pass and made his way around that right sideline. Touchdown. First touchdown of the run by Haviland. And that puts Humboldt up 6-0 at the moment. Extra point pending. Haviland gets a snap, hands it off at the middle, and it's going to be busted through for the 2-point conversion. In there for it was Coronado, and that sets up the Cubs up now 8-0 over the Lancers here in this first quarter. The Cubs were able to strike early there and are up on the Lancers 8-0. We're going to take a quick break, quick 30-second break. We will be right back with this game between Humboldt and Southeast.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, you're not. I've got no way to take a break right now. The commercials aren't working. Got that dead air, then go right back to you for a while.
Okay.
Back deep for the Lancers. Number 42, Zayden Hendricks. Kicking off for the Cubs. Number 20.
As we welcome you back here into this game between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers. Humboldt was able to hop up 8-0. First touchdown of the game. That kick is short. It's going to make it to about the 30-yard line.
Catching the ball for the Lancers. Number 1, Kyron Applegate.
That was Kyron Applegate on the return for the Lancers.
Gonna set the Lancers
Drake Harrington
10 on the 30-yard line.
on the return, 1st and 10 on Southeast 30-yard line. Southeast was able to take their first carry of the game for the first down, but after that, the drive fizzled. Went with a quick 4 and out. Sets up a 1st down and 10. 5-man front for the Cubs. Man in motion. Hands it off up the middle. He's going to be stopped right away. And there are a whole group of Cubs on the tackle. On the carry for Southeast was Gage Aplotnik. Plotnik picks up a gain of 1, putting the ball on the 32-yard line. Keeping it on that right hash. Southeast breaks the huddle again. 5-man front once again for Humboldt. Sends a man in motion again. Gets the snap. Tries to reverse it up the middle, but he's going to be tripped up and taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the carry was Zayden Hendricks.
Carrying the ball, number 42, Zayden
It's actually going to be a loss of 1. That brings up a 3rd down and 11.
brings up 3rd down and 11 for the Lancers.
In there on the tackle was Jacob Fudge. 7:34 left to go. The Lancers to work. 8-0 Cubs with the lead. Southeast breaks the huddle. Mutz under center. Gets the snap, drops back to pass, looks over to the left side, has pressure. He's going to let it go. He's going to air it out, and it's going to fly out of bounds. It's going to be incomplete pass, first pass of the game for Peterson. That was actually Bryce Peterson.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 11.
Brings up a 4th down and 11 for the Lancers. Good pressure on each side by the Cubs. They force Peterson to get rid of that.
14, Bryce Peterson.
That puts Peterson back to punt for the Lancers now.
15, Cooper Jarrow.
Jarrow back to return. Snap is high. Peterson gets it away, almost gets it blocked. It's going to take a hop at the 50, and it's going to roll around and dribble around that left hash. Mark it down or at the 48-yard line, so we're going to get another look at Humboldt's offense. That very first series of the game, they took it to the house. It was a run by Connor Haviland. Haviland took it in for a touchdown. 2-point conversion was good by Coronado. Put Humboldt up 8-0 on Southeast. They are still up 8-0. 7:01 left to go. They're going to move the ball back to the opposite 42-yard line now on Humboldt's side of the field. Call a penalty on the Cubs. That sets them up their own 42, 1st and 10.
Cubs take over at the 42-yard line.
Gets the snap. It's going to reverse. Haviland's going to keep it again. Take it up the middle for a decent gain. Looks like he was taken down by Zayden Hendricks. They're going to call it a gain of 5. Run by Haviland sets up a 2nd down and 5. Putting the ball on the 47-yard line. Putting the clock now at 6:35 left to go. 2 men on the right for Haviland, 1 to the left. Haviland in the gun. 4-man front for Southeast. Haviland snap, looks to pass. It's going to be a screen over to that right side. He's going to take it up. He's going to pick up the 1st down. A little more. Breaks 1 tackle. Tries to break another, and he's going to be wrestled down.
Pass complete to number 2, Jackson Akins.
Jackson Akins on the
Number 14,
reception. Peterson on the tackle.
Humboldt Cubs
Brings up another first down for Humboldt. 6:10 now left to go. Ball on the 41-yard line, now on southeast side of the 50. Evelyn breaks the huddle. It's going to be reverse. He hands it off up the middle. He's going to be taken down by a duo of Lancers in there on the carry. It was Coronado.
On the stop for the Lancers, number 25, Jacob Tabernaro, and number 42.
Jacob Tabernaro on the tackle. Brings up a second down and 6, putting the ball on the 37-yard line for the Cubs. Cubs looking to keep their undefeated streak strong here, 9-0. Haviland in the gun, one man to his left. Takes a snap. He's going to roll out to his left side. It's going to be an option as he's going to keep it himself. Breaks up around the 30 to the 20, makes it to the 15, breaks another tackle to the 10. He's going to roll in for his second touchdown of the game. Another touchdown for Connor Haviland as he makes it in. Humboldt hops up 14-0 now with 5:11 left to go. 2 rushing touchdowns already for Haviland. As Humboldt goes out, they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Haviland comes out in the gun, trips to the left for the Cubs. 4-man front, 3 linebackers out for Southeast. Haviland gets a snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle of Coronado, and he runs it in for his second 2-point conversion of the game. Isaiah Coronado runs through the middle with some ease, and Humboldt hops up 16-0. The lead now, still 5:11 left to go. Already 2 rushing touchdowns on the day for Connor Haviland, having himself a day here in this playoffs matchup between Southeast.
You can take a break.
We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back with more of this game between Humboldt and Southeast.
You're listening to Humboldt Cubs football. This is KKOY 1468, the 99.9 FM. Humboldt Tribune. Tonight's game is being brought to you by BMW Trailer Hitches, Monarch Cement Company, UFC 258, Opening Sunny Restaurant, Eastside Power, 202 Machine Incorporated, Fairyland Partners, Wagon Pillars Head Grain, Hometown Floral and Christmas Gifts. I'm sorry, that's just gifts. Fred's Treads and TJ's Barbecue. Let's join the game. Back to the Humboldt Cub action.
Back here in this game between the Cubs and the Lancers. Cubs hopping up to a quick 16-0 lead. As we get another kickoff, we're going to get another look at the offense for the Lancers. Humboldt hopping up to a big 16-0 lead. Two rushing touchdowns for Connor Haviland. Kickoff's going to roll out of the end zone, and that is going to set Southeast up at their own 25-yard line. One man to the left for Peterson. Peterson under the gun, sends a man in motion. He's going to hand it off up the middle. He's going to be met right away by a whole group of Cubs. On the carry was Lunsford, Quentin Lunsford, sophomore for the Lancers. Picks up 3 yards, brings up a second down and 7. Putting the ball now on the 23-yard line, 4:45 left to go in this first quarter. Lancers looking to get something on the scoreboard. 5-man front for the Cubs. Peterson under the gun again. Sends a man in motion. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to hand it around that left side to Hendricks. Hendricks tries to work up the middle, and he's going to be wrestled up by another big group of the Cubs. Picks up 1 yard on the carry. 3rd down and 6.
Carrying the ball for the Lancers, number 42, Zayden Hendricks. On the stop for the Cubs, number 71, Josh Hull.
That was Josh Hull on the tackle for Humboldt. Moves the ball up to the 24 for Southeast. Peterson breaks the huddle. Puts one man wide out to the left. Peterson under center. Sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff. Peterson's going to try to keep it himself, but he's going to be taken down right as he gets the snap off in there on the tackle. Looked like that was Blake Walker.
Keeping the ball, number 14, Bryce Peterson.
Brings up a 4th down and 5.
Blake Walker.
Another 1-yard gain for Southeast, but they're going to bring out their punt team again here on 4th down.
For the Lancers. Back to punt for the Lancers, number 14, Bryce
Peterson
back to receive
back
the
to
catch,
punt.
number 15,
Cooper Jarrow back to receive the punt. It's a high snap again. Peterson just gets it away. Jarrow comes up to return, and he makes it to about the 45 before he's wrestled down. Courageous return there by Jarrow, but he's going to be wrestled down. Brings up a 1st down and 10. Puts the ball at the 45-yard line on southeast side of the field. The Cubs up 16-0 already on the Lancers here. Still 3:08 left to go in this first quarter. As Haviland makes his way on the field, call the play for the Cubs. Cubs are aiming for their 2nd straight regional title on the year, undefeated coming in here against Southeast. Haviland goes in the gun, 2 men to his left, takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff in the middle. He's going to keep it. It's going to be a pitch out to Jarrow. Jarrow breaks tackle, breaks another one at the 30, has a wide open lane, has 1 man to beat, and he's going to push his way into the end zone for another score. They're going to call it Jarrow down right at the 1-yard line.
Number 15, Cooper Jarrow.
Jarrow's pushed out another big gain on the first play of the drive for Humboldt.
Brought down by number 14, Bryce Peterson.
Peterson on one of the tackles, quick bubble screen out to Jarrow from the pass. Great pass from Haviland. Sets up a 1st down and 10 now at the 1-yard line. Haviland breaks the huddle. Sends Jarrow in motion. He's going to fake the handoff. Jumps his way into the end zone for the touchdown. 3rd rushing touchdown of the game for Connor Haviland. And the Cubs are now up 22-0. PAT pending. Lining up for the 2-point conversion. Haviland comes out in the gun. Receiver on each side. 2 more in the slot. Empty formation. Haviland sends Jarrow in motion. He's going to hand it off to Jarrow. Jarrow tries to find a lane on that right side. Breaks 1 tackle and pushes it in for the 2-point conversion. And that puts the Cubs up now 24-0 on the Lancers. An early 24-point lead as the Lancers still have nothing on the board. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back. More of this game between Humboldt and Southeast.
Tonight's game on KKOI 1360 AM at 99.9 FM Humboldt Shooting is brought to you by B&W Trailer Hitches, One Arc Cement Company, Otis Family Restaurant, USA 258, Eastside Buyer, 2R Tool and Machine Incorporated, Prairie Land Partners, Wagon Tails Pet Grooming, Hometown Floral and Gifts, Fred's Treads, and PJ's Barbecue. Now back to the game.
Back here to this one, Humboldt up on the Lancers 24-0. Still 2:36 left to go in this game. Tyler Godwin here to call on this one. Zayden Hendricks back deep to receive for the Lancers. Connor Haviland to send it away for Humboldt. As Humboldt gets a hold of this one, sends this one. It's going to bounce off the hands of the return man. He's going to pick it up and take it. Tries to make his way to the 30-yard line before he's popped by that coverage team. That was Kyron Applegate on the return. It's going to bring up another offensive possession for Southeast, still with nothing left on the scoreboard. Humboldt's done a great job of holding these Lancers to 0 points at goose egg on the scoreboard. .229 left to go. Ball on the 29-yard line for the Lancers. Peterson breaks the huddle, goes under center. Man in the backfield is a Plotnick. Sends a man in motion. He's going to fake it, rolls out to the right, looks to pass, throws it deep. It's going to be over the head of his intended receiver. That was Garrett Evans. Relatively close to the coverage was Drake Harrington. That one flies out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 for Southeast. Peterson breaks the huddle again. 1 man wide out to the left for Southeast. 5-man front for the Cubs. Man in motion. Peterson drops the fumble, and he's going to take it himself. Tries to work his way up the middle for a decent gain. Picks up around 4 yards there off the fumbled snap for Peterson.
The ball, number 14, Bryce Peterson, on the stop for the Cubs. Number 61, Blake Walker.
That was Blake Walker on the tackle for Humboldt. Lancers avoid a scare there. Brings up 3rd down and 6. Peterson able to pick up a decent gain on the fumbled snap as he makes his way out of the huddle. 1:55 left to go in this game. Peterson under center, 1 man out to the left, 5-man front for the Cubs. Sends a man in motion. Peterson's going to try to hand it up the middle. He's not going to have really anywhere to go past the line of scrimmage. Taken down by 4 different Cubs defenders. In there on the tackle was Walker again. That was a Plotnick on the carry. Offense is out on the field still for Southeast.
4th down and 4 for the Lancers.
4th down and 4 for the Lancers. Cubs holding on to their 24-0 lead. Offense out on the field for the Lancers. Peterson under center, takes a snap. He's going to run a quick slant pattern over the middle. It's going to be caught by his receiver as he's going to be wrestled down at about the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him down, I believe, at the 46. On the reception was Garrett Evans. Great play there for the Lancers. Brings up a 1st down.
Brings up 1st down and 10 for the Lancers.
They're going to mark it down at the 46. Clock now 45 seconds left and ticking towards the end of the 1st quarter here. Peterson breaks the huddle. Cubs load the box again. Send a man in motion. Peterson, he's going to hand it out the middle to a Plotnick. And Plotnick's not going to have much to work with as he only picks up 1 yard on the carry.
Carry the ball for the Lancers. Number 44, Gage Plotnick. On the stop for the Cubs. Number 61, Blake Walker.
Blake Walker on the tackle again. One of those defensive tackles for the Cubs having plenty of work in this game already in the 1st quarter. And I believe the Lancers are going to let the clock wind down. That is going to bring us to the end of this 1st quarter. The Cubs up on the Lancers with a big 24-0 lead here after 1 quarter of action. 3 rushing touchdowns for Connor Haviland, and we're going to send it into a quick break. We will be right back with more of this game between the Cubs and the Lancers.
And you're listening to Cubs football on KKOI 1460 AM and 99.9 FM. Humboldt Cubs football is being brought to you by B&W Trainer Hitches, Monarchs and Company, UFC 258, Oakley Family Restaurant, Eastside Tire, 2R2 Machine, Prairieland Partners, Wagon Tails, and John Floyd and Gifts, Fred's Shrubs, and TJ's Barbecue. This is KKOI 1460 AM and 99.9 FM, Humboldt, Cheney. Now back to the game.
Welcome you back here. 2nd quarter getting ready to go underway between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers out of Cherokee, Kansas. I am Tyler Godden on the call here. The Cubs up 24-0, commanding lead after 1 quarter of play over the Lancers. Lancers are going to take over at the Humboldt 44-yard line. Quick slant over on that right side to Evans from Peterson is what set him up here. 2nd down and 9. Peterson takes a snap, looks to pass again. It's going to be that slant over to Evans, but it's going to be incomplete, tipped right off the hands. That was Briar Orth in the deflection, intended for Evans again. Brings up a 3rd down and 8 yards to go, keeping the ball on the 44-yard line. Biggest play of the game was a slant. About an 18-yard slant in that first quarter from Southeast. The pass from Peterson to Evans. Peterson was also able to pick up a first down on the first carry of the game for Southeast, but haven't gotten anything on the board. Man in motion. Hands it out the middle of Plotnick. Plotnick avoids first contact from Walker, pushes his way forward for a decent gain.
Carrying the ball, number 44, Gage Plotnick on the stop for the Cubs.
They're actually only going to call it a gain of 1, brings up a 4th down and 8, keeping the ball on the, they're going to call it a gain of 2, brings up a 4th down and 6, moving it up to the 44-yard line. Southeast still with their offense on the field in Humboldt territory on the 42-yard line. 11:25 left to go in this game. Cubs up 24-0 over the Lancers. A rematch of this game happened earlier in the season. Humboldt won the first matchup 50-18. That game is on the 25th. Peterson drops back to pass, looks over to the left, lets it go for his man downfield. It's going to fall incomplete. Intended receiver. That was Jacob Tavernaro.
Broken up by Cubs number 15,
Cooper Jarrow on the deflection. First down and 10. Cubs are going to take it over at their own 43-yard line. Decent field position to start. They're actually going to mark it down at the 42 now with 11:07 left to work. Already 3 rushing touchdowns for Connor Haviland. Evelyn breaks the huddle. In the backfield with him. That's Coronado, gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, breaks one tackle, jukes around another, makes his way around the right side, and he's going to push his way down deep into Lancer territory as he's knocked down at about the 20-yard line. Another carry, big carry for Connor Haviland. Colin Mutes on the tackle. Going to bring up a first down and 10. Haviland able to make it all the way into the 20, down to the 20-yard line of the Lancers. Coronado in the backfield. Jarrow, the man in the slot. Haviland takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Coronado. Coronado tries to break one tackle, but he's going to be wrestled down right as he makes it past the 20-yard line.
Carrying the ball for the Cubs, number 13, Isaiah Coronado. On the stop for the Lancers, number 25, Jacob Tavernaro. And
Jacob Tavernaro on the tackle. Brings up a 2nd down and 7, putting the ball on the 17-yard line. 10:30 left to go for the Cubs. Akins, the wide man out to the right. Haviland in the gun, takes a snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to keep it himself. Jukes his way up the middle, breaks one tackle, pushes his way forward. He's wrestled down by a group of Lancers. Picks up the first down on the carry. Brings up another first down for the Cubs.
First and goal from the 9-yard line for the Cubs.
Putting the ball on the 9-yard line for the Cubs. Drake Harrington, the wide receiver, out to the left. Man in the slot is Jarrow. Haviland takes it. He's going to keep it himself. Works on the right side, breaks around one block, breaks one tackle, pushes his way forward into the end zone. They're actually going to say he was just short of the end zone.
Knocked out of bounds by number 1.
Knocked out right at the 1-yard line. Another big carry for Haviland.
Second and goal for the Humboldt
He's up a
Cubs.
2nd and goal for the Cubs. Evelyn breaks the huddle, goes in the gun. Gets a snap, fakes his handoff up the middle, and he's going to roll in for another rushing touchdown. fourth one of the game for Haviland, and that puts the Cubs up now 30-0 on the Lancers. Haviland makes his way out for the two-point conversion. Gets the snap. He's going to throw it over to the left side. Walking into the end zone for a two-point conversion. That's Isaiah Coronado. Another two-point conversion for the Cubs as they extend their lead now 32-0. We're going to send it into a quick break. Humboldt up on the Lancers 32-0. We'll be right back. So we welcome you back to this one. Humboldt leading Southeast 32-0 here in the early parts of the second quarter. Already 4 rushing touchdowns for Haviland. Haviland sends that one away. It's going to be taken at about the 30. Tries to push his way forward, but he's going to be taken down just past the 35-yard line. Answer still with nothing on the board. Haviland was actually the one in on the tackle.
Lancers take over first and 10 on the 37.
First and 10 on the 37, 9:25 left to go. Peterson breaks the huddle, comes out. Under center. Sends a man in motion. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to try to work around that right side, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of what might be 1 on the tackle. It looked like that was Coronado.
Peterson forced out of bounds by number 57, Speed Hepner. And number 13, Isaiah Coronado.
They're going to call it a gain of 0, keeping the ball on the 37-yard line. Just under 9 minutes left to go. Peterson still under center. Evans wide out to the left. It's going to be a reverse. He's going to hand it off to his wingback, but he's going to try to make it up the middle before he's blown up after a gain of about 2. On the carry was Hendricks.
On the stop for the Cubs. Number 57, Speed Hepner.
Hepner again on the tackle. Called a 1-yard gain, 3rd down and 9 for Southeast. 8:10 left to go in this second quarter. Cubs taking care of the Lancers. Evans wide out to the right. Peterson comes under center. Looks like we're going to get a delay of game on the Lancers. Not able to get that one off in time. That's going to push it back, make it a 3rd down and long.
Delay of game called on the
Not
Lancers.
weathering the storm at all, as it puts them at a 3rd down and 14.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 14.
Peterson breaks the huddle again under center. 4-man front, sends a man in motion. He's going to roll out to the right, looks to pass, has pressure up the middle, lets it go over the middle. It's going to be caught and taken out of bounds. Big reception there for the Lancers. As on the reception was Hendricks. Picks up a 1st down for the Lancers. Another big play connection there. Second first down pass from Hendricks. Moves them up to the 46-yard line. Keeps the clock rolling at 7:20 left to go. Peterson under center. One man wide out to the left. Send a man in motion. It's going to reverse. He's going to hand it off to Tavernaro. Tavernaro's not going to have much where else to go. Back up to the line of scrimmage.
Carry the ball, number 25, Jacob Tavernaro on the stop for the Cubs. Number 32, Kyle Cobalt. Still bring up second down and 10 for the Lancers.
Brings up a second down and 10 for Southeast. Peterson breaks the huddle. Evans out to the right. Tavernaro sent in motion. Peterson, he's going to hand it off to his wingback up that left side. Picks up a decent gain before he's wrestled down. Looked like it was Hendricks on the carry there for Southeast. It was actually Tavernaro on the carry. Brings up a third down and 7, putting the ball on the 43-yard line for Southeast. Lancers still down 32-0 at the moment. Peterson under center. Gets the snap, rolls out to the right, looks to pass, has a receiver over on that left side before he's blown up. He picks up a first down. In there on the reception was Hendricks. Hendricks coming out of the backfield to pick up. Decent reception. Isaiah Coronado comes up with a tackle. Moving the ball up to the 35-yard line. .5:15 left to go in this second quarter before halftime. Peterson breaks the huddle. Evans wide out to the right. Tavernaro in motion. Peterson drops back to pass, throws it over again. It's going to be completed to Evans. Evans pushes his way forward. Not enough to pick up the first down, but another big gain there. The connection pass from Peterson.
Pass complete to number 12, Caden Fox.
That was actually completed to Caden Fox. Isaiah Coronado on the tackle brings up a second down and 3, putting the ball on the 27-yard line for the Lancers. Lancers starting to find a weakness in this Cubs defense in the passing game on that right side. Peterson goes under center. 4-man front for the Cubs. Drops back to pass again. Fakes one. Lets it go deep over the middle. Deep into coverage is thrown up and it's batted down. That one intended for Evans in there on the deflection. That was Coronado. Brings up a third down and 2. Peterson breaks the huddle. Plotnick in the backfield. He's going to keep himself, pushes his way forward, picks up a decent gain. Might not have enough for the first down.
Keeping the ball, number 14, Bryce Peterson. On the stop for the Cubs, number 75, Jacob Fudge.
And it is enough for the first down. Southeast keeps his drive moving, looking to punch into that end zone for the first time.
That'll bring up first down and 10 for the Lancers on the 25-yard line.
There's a first down and 10, ball on the 25, 4:15 left to go here in the second quarter. Cubs up 32-0 on the Lancers. Peterson comes out under center. Evans wide out to the right. Zone coverage. Play action. He's going to drop back to pass. Looks over on that right side again. Has him had a man wide open. He underthrows him. Intercepted by the Cubs as he reverses field. Makes his way to the 30. That's Akins. Akins makes his way forward. Has some running room ahead of him to the 35, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. And he's just going to make it into the end zone. Takes it. A pick 6 for Akins. An 85-yard interception return for a touchdown, and it adds another 6 onto the board for the Cubs. They go up now 38-0. 2-point conversion, or excuse me, extra point pending. An underthrown pass from Peterson turns into a pick six. The Cubs make their way out for a 2-point conversion. Up 38-0. Handed off up the middle, and he's going to work his way in. 2-point conversion is good for Coronado. And they make their way in for another touchdown for the Cubs. Now up 40-0 on the Lancers. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we will be right back with more action between the Cubs and the Lancers. We welcome you back here to this game between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers. Humboldt hopping up to a 40-0 commanding lead over the Lancers. Back to send this one away after the touchdown. It's going to go out of bounds, and that is going to bring up a flag, putting up the Lancers their own 20. Pending. Connor Haviland gave it to Coronado for the 2-point conversion. The pick six was returned by Gunnar Elder, took it all the way into the end zone. An 85-yard interception return for a touchdown for the Cubs. Tyler Godwin here on the call here for this one, your game between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers. This game in Class 2A Kansas High School playoffs. Ball on Southeast 35-yard line. Lancers come out. Evans wide out to the right. Peterson goes under center. Blotnick in the backfield. Man in motion. Hands it off. Works his way around the right side. On the carry is Tavernaro.
Carrying the ball for the Lancers, number 25, Jacob Tavernaro.
Brings up a 2nd down and 8. Ball on the 37-yard line for Southeast. Trey Summer in on the tackle. 3:10 left to go in this second quarter. Peterson pitches it out to his man. Tries to find some real estate on that left side. Gets around one tackler, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 55-yard line, or excuse me, 45-yard line.
Carrying the ball for the Lancers, number 42, Zayden Hendricks.
Zayden Hendricks on the carry. He's forced out of bounds at the 48. Moves the ball across the 50, officially into Humboldt territory.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Lancers on the 48-yard line.
1st and 10, ball now on the 48. Peterson under center. Sends a man in motion. Play action. Excuse me, he's going to hand it off to Tavernaro. Tavernaro follows his blocks, breaks one tackle, but he's going to be wrestled down at his waist after he makes it just past the 45-yard line.
Jacob Tavernaro on the stop for the Cubs. Number 57, Speed Hepker.
Speed Hepker on the tackle.
2nd down and 5.
Brings up a 2nd down and 5 for Southeast. 2nd down and 5, ball on the 45-yard line near that left hash. Four-man front for the Cubs. Peterson pitches it out. Running back doesn't have much to work with, and he's going to be wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. That tackle for loss
Number 42, Zayden Hendricks. Tackle
was
for
Joshua
loss,
Hill.
number
Hendricks
71,
in on the
Josh
carry.
Hill. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Lancers.
3rd down and 7. Lancers were working on that drive before that big tackle. That tackle for loss. Puts the ball back on the 45. 1:40 left to go for Southeast. Peterson under center. Fakes the pitch. He's going to drop back the pass. Throws it over the middle for Evans. Evans can't come up with the catch through his fingertips. Falls incomplete. Peterson just led him a little too much. That's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Number 22, Jake Harrington.
Harrington the one on the coverage to force it free.
Will bring up 4th down and 7 for the Lancers.
Lancers have their offense out on the field at the moment. Garrett Evans lined up wide to the right. Peterson goes under center. Drops back to pass. Evans on the quick slant again. Evans comes up with the catch, makes his way down. Ball comes free, though. They're going to call it incomplete. They're going to say Evans did not have.
Pass to number 2, Garrett Evans falls incomplete.
Not going to say he had possession, so they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
1st and 10 for the Cubs.
Would have been another one of those quick slants wide open over the middle for the Lancers. It's going to switch it over. 1st down and 10, putting the ball on the 45 for Humboldt. Haviland makes his way out. Gets the snap. Hands it off up the middle to Coronado. Coronado finds a big lane around that right side. Doesn't have enough to pick up the 1st down, but picks up a big gain.
For the Cubs, number 13, Isaiah Coronado. On the stop for the Lancers, number 25, Jacob Tavanaro.
Tavanaro on the tackle. Sets up a 2nd down and 3 for the Cubs. Man on each side. Pistol formation. Drops back, throws it over on that right side. Can't come up with the catch. Is Akins.
For number 2, Jackson Akins.
Haviland could not get enough underneath and underthrown. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd down and 3 for the Cubs. Haviland in the gun again. Makes his way on the right side. Blake breaks one tackle. Has a wide open lane around that right sideline. He's going to make his way into the end zone for another rushing touchdown. A 48-yard rushing touchdown around that right sideline by Connor Haviland. 46-0. Cubs sweeping the Lancers off the field at the moment. Lancers still with 0 on that scoreboard. 2-point conversion pending for Humboldt. Haviland in the gun. Sends a man in motion. It's going to be a reverse. He hands it off around that left side. Tries to burst his way in. 2-point conversion is good. Jackson Akins makes it in. 2-point conversion is good. Cubs hop up 48-0 on the Lancers. We're going to send it to a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back with this game between the Cubs and the Lancers. 6 rushing touchdowns for Connor Haviland. And the Cubs are up 48-0. Haviland sends the kick away, sends it deep. It's going to be returned about the 20. Trying to make his way forward on the turn was Applegate, and Applegate can't have much to work with. On the right hash, they're going to mark it down just past the 25-yard line. Again, Tyler Godwin here on the call for this game. Between the Cubs and the Lancers, up 48-0 are the Cubs. Big game for Connor Haviland. 6 rushing touchdowns. A pick 6 by Gunnar Elder. And 5 of 6 on 2-point conversions. 36 seconds left. Peterson under center. Rolls out to the right. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Decent gain for the Lancers, or we have a flag in the backfield.
Carrying the ball, number 42, Zayden Hendricks.
Zayden Hendricks in the carry.
Number 57, Speed Hendricks. Speed Ecker. Flag on the play. Looks like a legal shift against the Lancers.
Calling a legal formation for Southeast. It's going to push him back a few yards. Brings up a first down and 15. Putting the ball now on the 19-yard line. Keeping the ball near that right hash. Peterson under center. He's going to try to keep it himself around that right side. He's going to try to push his way forward. Breaks free. Has real estate ahead of him. In a foot race. Makes his way to the 40. 45. Peterson jukes around another defender. Breaks one and pushed down. Big run by Bryce Peterson. Makes his way down to about the 15-yard line. And the Lancers are going to take a quick timeout. Big run there by Bryce Peterson. Fumbled the snap, tried to work his way around that right side, but bursted forward. Ran from the 19 all the way down to the opposite 17-yard line. Big run by Peterson, and that puts the Lancers in scoring position with 4.4 seconds left in this second quarter. The Cubs still up 48-0, holding on to this shutout lead before halftime over the Lancers. But the Lancers are going to try to punch it in one more time before halftime. They have 4 seconds to do it. The Lancers make their way onto the field. Peterson comes out under center. Man on each side. Cubs drop coverage back. Peterson rolls back to pass. Is hit as he thrown. Almost completed over the middle. As we get zeros on the scoreboard. That brings us to halftime. The Lancers down 48-0 to the Cubs as we give you a little scoring recap on that one. A pretty simple scoring recap. Connor Haviland, 6 rushing touchdowns already in this first half. The Cubs are 5 of 6 on 2-point conversions, and another pick 6 taken back by Gunnar Elder. That brings us to the lead here. Cubs up 48-0 at halftime. We'll have second half coverage coming up between the Cubs and the Lancers after a few words from our sponsors. Good, are you?
Huh? Oh, all right. Leave it open. season, it's a good idea to have it inspected and serviced by a John Deere certified technician at Prairie Partners. And right now, Prairie Partners has service packages designed to give you the power of choice and save you money. Choose from a silver, gold, or platinum package. It's that easy. Plus, they're offering mowing specials for your convenience. Call, stop by, or visit PrairieLandPartners.com to schedule your mower service today. Offer ends 12/31/2019.
BMW trailer features new statements for the future of American manufacturing. Help Americans into the future. One continue allowing the principles to work around the labor windows. That's why BMW trailer features are still made in Humboldt. Strong, consistent, and trusted BMW products are manufactured in a state-of-the-art facility. And now this is skilled workforce and craftsmen. That's the new trailer force. And made of this is allowing good and compromise on the leadership unit. That's why we place on the U.S.-made steel that's shaping and safe and durable American products. BMW trailer features proudly made in Humboldt, Kansas. Go, Cubs.
Monarch Seafood Company has been committed to quality and excellence for more than 100 years. The employees of Monarch have worked hard to produce the highest quality cement for its customers. We don't stop at just making the highest quality cement. The Monarch family of companies extends into the realm of ready-mix concrete, concrete products, and sundry building materials. Monarch employees share a commitment to quality essential in meeting the varied applications of their customers. Monarch Seafood Company, dedicated to quality and craftsmanship for over a century.
Humboldt High School is dedicated to providing all students the opportunity to develop the maximum academic, social, personal, and community skills necessary for a productive living and successful integration into a technology-based society. The staff at USD 258 are very proud of their students and encourage all families to continue to be involved and believe that each and every child is capable of achieving great things no matter what obstacles in life they may face. You know, I'm not just reading this commercial, but I'm also a proud graduate of Humboldt School District. Go Cubs! Whether it's a family night out or dining at home, Opie's Family Restaurant has your menu covered. They offer a delicious variety of food on their daily buffet with a fresh salad bar, pizza, roasted chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and so much more. And don't forget their awesome selection of sandwiches, a favorite of the Cubs team. If you have the pickiest of eaters in your family or want to try something new, come dine with us at Opie's Family Restaurant in Humboldt and Chanute.
Finance plans are now available at Eastside Tire in Humboldt. Over 90% of applicants will be approved for financing when you purchase goods or services from your friends at Eastside Tire. Approval process takes less than 30 minutes and you can be approved up to $5,000. At Eastside Tire, we're here when you need a little help with that big purchase. For all your tire, alignment, brake, and front-end repair needs on vehicles large and small, contact Eastside Tire in Humboldt and ask about our new financing options.
At 202 in Chanute, we offer one-to-one customer service as a Browning and Winchester direct dealer. Castro MSRPs, we offer a wide variety of firearms and ammunition to suit your everyday needs. Whether you're looking for an upgrade to your preferred hunting season or a new addition to your holster. And at 202, we want to keep your collection well protected with our selection of vaults and safes. 202, 915 West Ash in Chanute, where the gun guys are selling the other gun guys.
Fall is here, and another season of mowing is almost complete. Before you clear your mower and handheld equipment away, get the good idea to have an expensive service by a John-Deere certified technician and American One. Now, the third just decide to be our choice and save money. Choose from silver, gold, and platinum package. It's that easy. There was the mowing specials for your needs. Also, visit brandlandpartners.com and save a $4 service today.
Whether you're looking for a place to fit your patio or it's time for some dodgy maintenance, come to Rocky Trails Gas Grooming, located in the heart of Humboldt. Rocky Trails is open every weekday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Upper staff, blood trip, press up, warning. Follow up on Facebook, Instagram, see our new glass to glass, with their expert copy. Rocky Trails is a quick spot with a Humboldt Cub. Let's take it to check it out. Don't walk through a gift in the heart of the historic home of Humboldt with beautiful with your up-to-door gift. If it's a special occasion or simply just because, bring Top Gorilla Gifts to Humboldt and Smile to serve you care. Happy to join them as they celebrate Christmas Open House November 15th and 16th with refreshments. Roll price at the Dutch door of Top Gorilla Gifts. It's proud Humboldt alumni. Where all the way comes. In today's world, it's all about checks and balance. If it's not checked, it's probably not balanced. That's why the trusted mechanics at Fred's Treads and Shoes will check your fluids and brakes and never adjust your alignment. Or if you're checking out new tires, receive free lifetime rotating balance with the purchase of a new set from Fred's Treads. At Fred's Treads and Shoes, we'll check out for less than what you paid in dealership, and they'll bring the balance back to your vehicle. Call 431-2140 for an appointment. Fred, have you noticed the new smell in Humboldt these days? That's because TJ's Barbecue has moved in-zone from the small shack in Chanute to Humboldt's newest smokehouse. Follow your nose and stop in for your favorite Swiss barbecue like pork ribs, chicken and brisket. Now open Thursday through Monday, TJ's offers daily specials like the famous loaded taco salad or enchiladas on the weekends and chicken fried steak on Mondays. Look for the pink so-clean pig or follow your nose and check out TJ's Barbecue at 790 South 9th in Humboldt. BMW Trailer, which is recently came from an American manufacturer. Help me know walking through the lawn of principles and working on and making new ways. That's my BMW Trailer, which is a steel-made and it's a strong, consistent, and trusted BMW products are manufactured in a state-of-the-art facility. It offers a skilled workforce of craftsmen. Plus, the new trailer is many additions to rely on. We don't compromise on the leadership either. That's why we focus on the U.S.-made steel of shaping the safe and durable American climate. BMW Trailer, which is proudly made in Humboldt, Kansas. Go, Cubs.
The Monarch Sealing Company has been committed to quality and excellence for more than 100 years. The employees of Monarch have worked hard to produce the highest quality cement for its customers. We don't stop at just making the highest quality cement. The Monarch family of companies extends into the realm of ready-mix concrete, concrete products, and sundry building materials. Monarch employees share a commitment to quality essential in meeting the varied applications of their customers. Monarch Steeping Company, dedicated to quality and craftsmanship for over a century.
Humboldt High School is dedicated to providing all students the opportunity to develop the maximum academic, social, personal, and community skills necessary for a productive living and successful integration into a technology-based society. The staff at USD 258 are very proud of their students and encourage all families to continue to be involved and believe that each and every child is capable of achieving great things, no matter what obstacles in life they may face. You know, I'm not just reading this commercial, but I'm also a proud graduate of Humboldt School District. Go Cubs! Whether it's a family night out or dining at home, Opie's Family Restaurant has your menu covered. They offer a delicious variety of food on their daily buffet with a fresh salad bar, pizza, roasted chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and so much more. And don't forget their awesome selection of sandwiches, a favorite of the Cubs team. If you have the pickiest of eaters in your family or want to try something new, come dine with us at Opie's Family Restaurant in Humboldt and Chanute.
Let's get back in the game while you're home to the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
We welcome you back here into this game between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers. I'm Tyler Godwin on the call here for this one. Humboldt up 48-0 on the Lancers. A big game for the Cubs. We'll have a running clock here in this second half. Already 6 touchdowns on the day for Connor Haviland, having himself a huge game. The other touchdown scored by the Cubs was a pick-6 return by Gunnar Elder. Put the score back in perspective. The Cubs are also 5 for 6 on 2-point conversions. On the other side for the Lancers, not really much working. Have had some big plays, really big plays. Big run there to end out the half for Bryce Peterson. Peterson ran from his own 19, made it all the way to the other 17-yard line. A big run. Only left 4 seconds left on the clock. Couldn't get something on the score before halftime. A few big passes to Garrett Evans have put them in good field position, but they have not been able to work with that field position. So that brings us to where we are now, 48-0, Cubs on top of the Lancers. It is going to be Holcomb is going to return to start this second half. He will be returning from the north end zone. We will get another look at that very talented offense out to send it away for the Lancers. Looks like that. Is Carter Westerfelt.
Back deep for the Cubs. Number 15, Cooper Jarrow.
Cooper Jarrow.
Leading off for the Lancers. Number 55, Ty Cummins.
Ty Cummins, the one who kicked away. Jarrow back to receive. This one's going to roll out of bounds. Rolls out at the 22-yard line of the Cubs. So it's going to be a flag on Southeast.
Ball kicked out of bounds about the 20-yard line. Cubs are going to take over 1st and 10. On a re-kick, excuse me.
They're actually going to re-kick instead of giving the Cubs the field position. That is Damian Woods kicking it off for the Lancers. Jarrow, the man deep back for the Cubs to receive. As this one's sent, it's a line drive kick to about the 30. It's going to be taken up to midfield across the logo, breaking one tackle and pushing his way forward. That's Jackson Akins. Decent return by Akins.
Run the ball back for the Cubs. Number 2, Jackson Akins.
They're going to mark him down
Number 25, Jacob Tabanaro.
on the Southeast
And number 2, Garrett
49-yard line.
Evans. Going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Cubs on the 49-yard line.
So decent starting field position for the Cubs. Snap over the head of the quarterback. He's going to be wrestled down to the 35-yard line. New quarterback in the game. That's Gavin Page. It's going to be a big loss for the Cubs. It's going to put him back to the 36-yard line. The snap over the head of Page. Taken down for the big loss. Sets up a 2nd down and 25 for the Cubs. 11:15 left to go in this third quarter. Putting the ball on the 36-yard line. Cubs. Page in the gun. Snap almost over his head again. Page is going to pitch it out to his man. It's going to be fumbled and dropped at about the 30. Ball's on the ground. But it was recovered on the recovery. That was Nash. Jed Nash.
Tackle made by number 42, Zayden Hendricks.
Hendricks on the tackle.
Bring up 3rd down and 25 for the Cubs.
3rd down and 25. Ball on the 36. Page breaks the huddle. Trips out to the left side. One man behind him in the backfield. Page gets a snap. He's going to throw the screen out to the left side. It's almost going to be dropped, and it's going to be taken, and he's going to be wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. In there on the reception. Looks like that was Titan Michael. Brings up a 4th down and 30 for the Cubs, and they're going to bring out their punt team.
Bring up 4th down and 32 for the Cubs.
They're actually going to call it a 4th down and 32, a loss of 2, putting the ball on the 29-yard line. 9:55 left to go in this third quarter. Clock running. Back to punt it is Haviland. Haviland sends that one high, arcing kick. It's not going to make it very far as it's going to roll down just past the 40-yard line. Going to get another look at Southeast's offense. They're going to down it at the 38-yard line in Lancer territory. So another look at this Southeast offense working against the Cubs, up 48-0 here in this third quarter. We're going to get a whistle on. They're going to call it on the Cubs. Move the ball forward 5 yards for the Lancers. 1st down and 5, moving it up to the 43. Call it false start on the Cubs. Peterson under center. One man out to the left, sends a man in motion. Peterson pitches it out to his man, has a block. Tries to find a lane on the left side. Stiff arms one defender, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds. On the carry was Zayden Hendricks.
Ball handed off to number 42, Zayden Hendricks. Ran out of bounds by number 3, Gunnar Elder. Flag on the play. Looks like personal foul, face mask against the Lancers.
They're going to call face mask on Hendricks as he worked his way out of bounds. It's going to push Southeast back just behind that original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 1st down and 15. Peterson, man in motion. It's going to be reverse again. That one again to Hendricks, and Hendricks has nowhere to go on the play. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage, loss of yards.
Brought down by number 70, Joseph Troggett.
Brings up a 2nd down and long. 2nd down and 17 is what they call it. Putting the ball now on the 31-yard line. 8:44 left to go in this third quarter. Peterson pitches it out to Tavernaro. Tavernaro tries to work around that right side at the numbers. Runs into a huge group of Cubs. Almost makes his way to the initial line of scrimmage.
Ball handed off to number 25, Jacob Tavernaro. On the stop for the Cubs, number 34, Trey Summer.
Summer on the stop for the Cubs. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 12, moving the ball up to the 36-yard line. Peterson, man in motion. Hands it off around the left side, has a lane up the middle. Makes it almost to the 45-yard line. That was Hendricks. Not enough for the first down. Brings up a 4th down. They're going to call it 4 yards to go for the Lancers. Keep the offense on the field. Peterson comes out under center. One man out to the left. And we're going to get some movement up front. Offsides on the Cubs. And we're going to call it on Jacob Fudge. Going to give the Lancers a first down now with 7 minutes left to work here in this 3rd quarter. Peterson under the center, 4-man front for the Cubs. Tavernaro in motion, hands it off on the left side, but he's going to be wrestled down, handed off to Hendricks. In there on the tackle was Elder. Another big tackle for Gunnar Elder. He was the one who took that interception to the house. The one touchdown of this game that was not scored by Haviland. Sets up a 2nd down and 11, putting the ball on the 48-yard line for Southeast. Hands it off. Tavernaro. Tavernaro gets wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage by a few different Cubs. Loss of yards on the handoff to Tavernaro. That was Trey Summers on the tackle again. Brings up a 3rd down and 13. Clock now at 5:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Third down and 12 for Southeast. Ball on the right hash, 47-yard line. Peterson comes out of the huddle, under gun, 1 man out to the left. Sends a man in motion. And we're going to get a flag thrown. 2 different Lancers went in motion on the play. They're going to get a legal shift on Southeast. The Cubs are going to decline that penalty, making it 4th down for the Lancers. They're going to call it 4th down and 11. Lancers keep their offense on the field. Bryce Peterson under the gun. 4-man front for the Cubs. 1 man out to the left. Sends a man in motion. Peterson, he's going to fake the pitch. Rolls out to the left. Throws it over to the left. Throws it deep. And it's going to be well over his receiver's head. Incomplete pass. And it's going to switch possessions, giving the ball to the Cubs here with 5:03 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Cubs up big 48-0.
Cubs take over 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line.
Call it a 1st and 10 on the 47. Out at quarterback is Page. Page in the pistol. 1 man on each side. Page hands it off up the middle. Picks up a gain of about 3 before he's wrestled down. Nash on the carry.
Number 55, Ty Cummins, along with number 61, Blaze Pruitt.
Pruitt, one of the ones in on the tackle. Called a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. Moving the ball up to the 45. Page in the gun. Sends a man in motion. Fakes it. He's going to keep it himself. Works his way up the middle. Breaks one tackle, forcing his way forward. He's going to roll over one defender near that first down marker.
Keeping the ball, number 23, Gavin Page. On the stop for the Lancers, number 42, Zayden
And Page picks up the first down for the Cubs. Now 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter, putting the ball on the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for Humboldt. Page, man in motion again. High snap, bobbles it. Keeps on his feet, though, pushes his way forward. He picks up a lick and pushing his way forward, picks up a gain of about 5, brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Cubs. Page picking up a few yards here and there as he comes in for Haviland. Page, man in motion to the left. High snap over his head. Page comes down to recover it, and it falls behind the line of scrimmage. A fumble recovery by Page. Ball's going to stay with Humboldt, but a big loss there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. They call it a 3rd down and 16, putting the ball on about the 43-yard line. 2:50 left to go in this third quarter. Cubs get the play from the sideline. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to let it go. It's going to be underthrows the receiver at about the 40. Falls incomplete. Summers was the one who's the intended receiver.
Bring up 4th and 16 for the Cubs as the punt team comes onto the field.
Punt team coming on for the Cubs. 4th and 16. Haviland gets a snap, lets it go. It's going to be blocked as it makes its way down to the 30-yard line. It's going to be recovered by the Lancers. The 30, a break for Southeast.
Recovered by number 42, Zayden Hendricks.
Zayden Hendricks on the recovery. Zayden Hendricks on the block. Got in the backfield and disrupted the punt from Haviland. Gives the Lancers the ball on the 30-yard line. Peterson comes out. Pitches it out to his man, almost loses it. Has a lane on the left side. Works his way around one defender and tries to push his way forward, but he's going to be wrestled down to about the 10-yard line.
Number 42, Zayden Hendricks. Tackled by number 3.
Zayden Hendricks on the carry. Eldridge on the tackle. 13-yard line is where the Lancers are going to take over. 1st and 10, down 48-0 with 2:10 left to go. Peterson sends a man in motion. Hands it off to his man, that's Tavernaro. Tavernaro pushes his way forward and makes his way into the end zone. Rushing touchdown for Jacob Tavernaro. First touchdown of the game for the Lancers comes with 2:01 left to go in this third quarter. As they weather the storm just a tad. 6-0 at the moment. Keeping their offense on the field. Direct snap to the big man in the backfield. Tries to push his way forward. Direct snap to Blaze Pruitt. 2-point conversion is good. Cubs still up 48-8. The Lancers trying to work with something. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We will be right back with more of this game between the Cubs and the Lancers.
We offer one-to-one customer service at Browning and Winchester Direct Dealer. Castro MSRP, we offer a wide variety of firearms and ammunition to suit your everyday needs. Whether you're looking for an upgrade to your preferred hunting season or a new addition to your holster. And at 202, we want to keep your collection well protected with our selection of vault and safe. 202 is 915 West Ashland Street, where the gun guys are telling the other gun guys. Let's get back to the game where you're home to the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
As we welcome you back here, Cubs up on the Lancers 48-8 here in this third quarter. Tyler Godden here on the call. Cubs taking care of the Lancers. So they are up big. Lancers are able to punch it in for their only touchdown of this game so far. Rushing touchdown by Tavernaro. 2-point conversion punched in by Blaze Pruitt. Line drive kick taken down to the 30. Cubs going to work their way forward. Garrett Evans on the return. Pushes his way forward.
Catching the ball for the Cubs, number 2, Jackson Akins. On the stop for the Lancers, number 1, Kyron Applegate.
There's actually Akins on the return.
Cubs take over first and 10 on the 47.
Cubs get it first and 10 on the 47. On their own 47. Page in the gun.
Timeout called by the Cubs.
And the Cubs are going to take a quick timeout. Stops the clock with 1:54 left to go. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back with this game between the Cubs and the Lancers.
Fall is here, and another season of mowing is almost complete. Before you put your mower and equipment away for the season, it's a good idea to have it inspected and serviced by a John Deere certified technician at Prairie-Land Partners. And right now, Prairie-Land Partners has service packages designed to give you the power of choice and save you money. Choose from a silver, gold, or platinum package. It's that easy. Plus, they're offering mowing specials for your convenience. Call, stop by, or visit PrairieLandPartners.com to schedule your mower service today. Offer ends 12/31/2019. Let's get back in the game where you're home to the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Welcome you back here. Third quarter action between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers. This is a Kansas Class 2A high school football matchup. Tyler Godwin here on the call. The Cubs do have the ball at their own 47-yard line. 1:54 left to go in this third quarter. Page in the backfield, gets a snap, throws it out. It's going to be a slant over the middle, but it's going to be dropped by the receiver.
Pass intended for number 4, Ethan Depke.
Depke, the intended receiver on that left side. It's going to fall incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10 for Humboldt. Page works his way out again. 4-man front for the Lancers. 2 men on each side, man in motion. Page pitches it out. It's going to be fumbled, picked up by the Lancers, and he's going to take it in. Takes it in for a fumble recovery for the touchdown. Another touchdown on the board. Cooper Hamblin on the fumble return, takes it in for the touchdown. And the Lancers trying to battle back as much as they can, now down 48-14. Extra point on its way. It's going to be a direct snap to Pruitt again. Pruitt. Met right in the backfield. That one's no good. 2-point conversion, no good. It's going to keep it here. Cubs 48, Lancers 14. We're going to send it into a quick break here. Still 1:39 left to go in this third quarter. Lancers down to the Cubs.
So do you need to replace the fifth of your tire or inside for some donkey maintenance? Come to Wagon Tails Gas Grooming, located in the heart of Humboldt. Wagon Tails is open every weekday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and offers baths, nail trim, hair styles, and boarding. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram to see why Liz, Laugh, and Rad keeps their customers happy. Wagon Tails is a proud sponsor of the Humboldt Cubs, and that's what it's taking you tell about. Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Welcome you back to this one. Cubs up on the Lancers 48-14. Tyler Godden on the call. Lancers now with 2 touchdowns late in this third quarter. Kind of weathered the storm.
Kicking off for the Lancers, number 58, Damian Woods.
Damian Woods to kick it away for the Lancers. Back deep to receive is Cooper Jarrow. Line drive kick again. It's going to be into the hands of the return man. Makes his way around that right side, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds on the 45. Gunnar Elder on the return. It's going to give the Cubs another chance. Late in this third quarter, up big time. The Lancers trying to fight their way back into this one. Page in the gun, hands it off up the middle to his man, Jarrow. Jarrow doesn't have much to work with it. Picks up about 4 yards. They're going to call it a gain of 3. Second down and 7, ball on the 45-yard line. Minute 20 left to go in this third quarter. 2 men to the right, 2 to the left for Page. Jarrow in the backfield. Page gets a snap. It's going to be an option. He rolls out to the right, breaks the tackle, pushing his way forward. Decent gain there by Gavin Page. Not enough for the first down. Third down and 2. Ball now on the 50. Clock at 40 and winding down into the fourth quarter. Taking their time to get the play off. 6 seconds separating game clock and play clock. Page gets a snap. Hands it off to Jarrow. Jarrow pushing his way forward, breaks one tackle, makes his way to the 30, has a man to beat. Jarrow fighting his way down to about the 2-yard line. Cooper Jarrow, a big run. Picks up a first down. I'm going to say he was pushed down out of bounds. Excuse me, they're going to run the clock, and those 3 seconds are going to tick off, and that is going to bring us into the fourth quarter. Cubs still up on the Lancers, 48-14, but the Cubs in scoring territory at that run from Jarrow. We're going to send it into a quick break. We will be right back with more action between the Cubs and the Lancers.
From the the heart of the historic home of Humboldt is beautiful for your home decor and gifts. This is a special occasion or simply just because. Bring popular gifts to help with a smile to show you care. Stop in to join them as they celebrate Christmas open house November 15th and 16th with refreshments, door prizes, and much more. And popular gifts be proud Humboldt alumni. We're all the way, Cubs.
Let's get back in the game on your own from the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Welcome you back here. Cubs still up on the Lancers, 48-14, moving into scoring territory. Tyler Godwin on the call here. Out here in Humboldt, Kansas, host of this Kansas high school football class 2A matchup between Humboldt and Southeast. Both these teams played earlier in the season, but Humboldt was able to pick up the win, beating the Lancers 50-18. As the Cubs are now down to the 4-yard line. Page sends a man in motion. Takes it himself up the middle. Jukes around one defender, pushing himself in for the touchdown. First rushing touchdown of the game for Gavin Page. They keep the offense out for the 2-point conversion. Cubs at the moment up 54-14. Offense out on the field. Page in the gun. One man to his left. Trips to the left. Page, bubble screen out. Incomplete, intended for Jaro. It's going to keep it here, 51-14. Cubs still leading as we work into another break with 11:55 left. We will be right back with this game between Humboldt and Southeast.
Have you noticed the new smell in Humboldt these days? That's because TJ's Barbecue was moved in Rome from the small shack in Chablis to Humboldt's newest smokehouse. Follow your nose. Stop in for your favorite Swiss barbecue like pulled pork, ribs, chicken, and brisket. Now open Thursday through Monday, TJ's offers daily specials like their famous loaded taco salad or enchiladas on the weekend and chicken fried steak on Mondays. Look for the pink roasting pig or follow your nose and check out TJ's Barbecue at 719 South 9th in Humboldt.
Let's get back in the game on your own from the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Back deep for the Lancers, number 42, Zayden Hendricks.
Zayden Hendricks back deep to receive for the Lancers to send it away as Haviland sends a line drive kick right to the 20. It's going to be picked up and taken down. He's going to be wrestled down by Haviland right in front of the 20.
Ball caught by number 10,
Colin Mutes
on the stop for the Cubs. Number 20, Connor Haviland.
on the return. Sets up a 1st down and 10, putting the ball on the 40-yard line for Southeast.
Flag on the play. Face mask against the Cubs.
Call a face mask on Humboldt. That's going to give Southeast a few more extra yards for them to work with in this 4th quarter as this one's winding down. Lancer's going to need a few really big plays to come back in this one. Peterson under center. Sends a man in motion, hands it off up the middle. Makes his way to the 40-yard line on the carry. It was Quentin Lunsford.
Ball handed off to number 7, Quentin Lunsford. On the stop for the Cubs. Number 70, Joseph Froggatt. And number 34,
Joseph Froggatt on the stop.
2nd down and 8 for the
Gain of
Lancers.
2, 2nd and 8 for the Lancers. Ball Ball on the 40. Bryce Peterson comes out under center. Gets a snap. It's going to be a reverse. He hands it off to his man. That's Hendricks. Hendricks works his way around the left. Makes it to the 40. Stiff arounds one tackle. Works his way down again. Makes it down to the 20-yard line.
Carrying the ball, number 42, Zayden Hendricks.
Big run by Zayden Hendricks.
Number 3, Gunnar Elder.
Gunnar Elder on the tackle.
Lancers have a 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line.
Putting the ball down to the 28 for Southeast. Peterson gets a snap. Reverses it again to Hendricks. Hendricks another decent carry.
Carrying the ball, number 42, Zayden Hendricks. On the stop for the Cubs. Number 3, Gunnar Elder.
Elder on the tackle.
On the play, brings up 2nd down and 2 for the Lancers.
Peterson gets a snap, hands it off up the middle. Not going to have much to work with. Maybe picks up 1 yard after being taken down by that Cubs defensive front. Say that he only gained 1 yard, 3rd down and 1. That was Lunsford again.
Cubs on that play. Brings up 3rd down and 1 for the Lancers.
Ball on the 19. Lancers move their way forward on offense again. Sends a man in motion to the left, pitches it out. Pitches it out to Hendricks. Hendricks pushes his way forward, and that's going to be a 1st down for Southeast as they gain a little more real estate forward on that 1st down from Hendricks.
Brought down by number 2, Jackson Akins, along with number 3, Gunnar Elder. That's good enough for Lancers. 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line.
Moving the ball up to the 14. Peterson under center. 5-man front for the Cubs. Hands it off to Hendricks one more time. Hendricks pushes way around the right side, picks up a good gain. Looks like he doesn't have quite enough for the 1st down. But it brings up a 2nd down and 1.
Brings up 2nd down and 1 on the 5-yard line.
Moving it down to the 5. 8:45 left to go in this 4th quarter. Pass over to that left side. They're going to say it was caught. That was completed to Tavernaro. Great pitch and catch for the Lancers. 1st and goal. Ball now on the 3. Lancers trying to push their way in one more time here. 4th quarter. Peterson keeps it, pushing his way forward. But he's going to be stopped short of the touchdown. They're going to say it was a fumble covered by the Cubs. It's going to switch possession, giving the Cubs the ball at the 4-yard line. Clock at 8:18. Ball on the 4. Cubs with the ball on their own 4. Page gets a snap, drops the pass, throws it over, has a man. It's going to be tipped up in the air, falls incomplete.
Pass intended for number 34, Trey Summers.
Summers the one, the intended receiver on the play. Broken up by Appleby, brings up a 2nd down and 10 for Humboldt. Page in the gun. Man on each side. Pistol formation. Page drops the ball on the ground. Looks like it's recovered by the Cubs.
Ball was on the ground, recovered by number 34, Trey Summer. Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Cubs.
Makes it 3rd down and 9 from the 5. 7:55 left to go. Page gets a snap for the Cubs, pushes his way forward. Not enough for the 1st down, but a decent gain for Gavin Page.
Moving the ball, number 23, Gavin Page. Tripped up by number 14, Bryce Peterson. Brings up 4th down and 3 for the
Brings
Cubs.
up 4th down and 3. Out to punt it away is Haviland. Haviland almost in his own end zone. Haviland just gets it away. That punt very deep as it takes a few dribbles deeper into Lancer field position. He's going to pick it up. He ends up losing 2 yards from where he initially returned it. Applegate one on the return. Harrington on the tackle. So back at their own 18 with 7:05 to go is where the Lancers are. Going to get the ball. 1st down and 10, down 54-14. .705. Peterson in under gun. 5-man front for the Cubs. Sends a man in motion, hands it off to Tavernaro. Tavernaro pushes his way forward. Looks like the ball's on the ground again. And they give the ball back to the Cubs. So Cubs regain possession after another fumble. Get it with 6:57 left to go.
1st and 10 on the 19-yard line.
Ball on the 19. 26-yard line is where Humboldt starts this drive. .657 left to go. Page in the backfield. Page in the gun. Jaro in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. Hands it off to Jaro. Jaro pushing his way forward. Decent gain for Jaro. Brings up a 2nd down and 7 for the Cubs. Moving the ball up to the 23-yard line. Snap. Page is going to keep it. Goes around the high snap, pushing his way forward and on the tackle. It looks like that was Jacobs on the tackle. Page picks up decent gain there of about 3. 3rd down and 4. Ball up now to the 20-yard line. 54-14. Cubs to lead late in this 4th quarter. Page Gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Goes with the QB keeper, pushing his way forward as he's wrestled down. From here, it looked like he had enough for the first down, but we'll see where they mark it. They do give him the first down. First down and 10. Ball now on the 15-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Cubs on the 15-yard line.
Page in the gun. Two to his left. One receiver to the right. Page gets a snap, hands it off to Jarrow. Jarrow has a hole, pushing his way forward, wrestles around another one, falls through into the end zone for another touchdown for Cooper Jarrow. Jarrow fights through the contact around one defender and pushes it in for another touchdown. Now up 60-14. Page in the gun for the 2-point. Throws it and it falls incomplete.
Pass intended for number 22, Drake Harrington.
That was intended for Harrington. 2-point conversion, no good.
Score, Humboldt Cubs 60.
And that puts Humboldt up 60-14. We're going to send it into a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back with what should be the conclusion of this game between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers.
We offer one-to-one customer service as a Browning and Winchester direct dealer. Castro MSI News we offer a wide variety of firearms and ammunition to suit your everyday needs. Whether you're looking for an upgrade to your preferred public season or a new addition to your holster. And at QR Tools, we want to keep your collection well protected with our selection of vault and safe. QR Tools, 915 West Ash and Snoop, where the gun guys are selling the other gun guys. Let's get back to the game where you're home to the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Cubs holding on to their lead, up 60-14 on the Southeast Lancers. Lancers are going to receive the kick after that rushing touchdown come from Cooper Jarrow. 2-point conversion, no good. Haviland the one to send it away. Haviland sends it deep. It's going to be returned at the 5. Stiff arms one defender, and it's going to be wrestled down along that far left sideline. On the return was Zayden Hendricks. Up now 60-14. We get a running clock here in this fourth quarter. 4:40 left to go in the game. Peterson breaks the huddle, goes under center. Cubs load the box, 5-man front. Send the man in motion, hand it off up the middle. Hands it off to Lunsford, and Lunsford with not much to work with. Maddox Johnson on the tackle. Second down and 8, Southeast, moving the ball up to the 19-yard line. Peterson gets a snap. He's going to keep it himself. Rolls out to the left, tries to push his way forward. Keeps his momentum underneath him, pushing forward for a decent gain. Sets up a 3rd down and 3. Moving the ball to the 24 for Southeast. Peterson with the keeper, a decent gain. Breaking the huddle again. Still 5-man front for Humboldt. 1 man out to the left for Peterson. Hands it off to Hendricks. Hendricks tries to find a lane, works his way up the middle of the field, picks up the first down. Good run there by Zayden Hendricks. Moves the chains for the Lancers. Clock now at 2:35 left to go in this fourth quarter. As we give you a little bit of scoring wrap-up, big game for Connor Haviland. 6 rushing touchdowns. Along with that, 2 for Cooper Jarrow. And a pick 6 from Gunnar Elder. Ball on the ground there, recovered by Southeast. Touchdowns for the Lancers. Fumble recovery, taking it in for a touchdown. And then the other one was a touchdown from Zayden Hendricks.
First and 10 on the 34-yard line.
2-point conversion on that first touchdown was ran in by Blaze Pruitt. 2-point conversion. The second one was no good. As it looks like the Cubs recovered that fumble, and they're going to get it with 1:40 left to go. Clock winding down here in this one as they are going to take this one, score 60-14, beating the Lancers for the second time on the season. Page in the gun. Almost over his head. Miscommunication. Page is going to keep it himself. Tries to work around. Picks his way forward. Pushing forward for a first down run. That was Gavin Page.
Keeping the ball, number 23, Gavin Page. Flag down on the play.
There is a flag on the play, though.
Looks like holding against the Cubs.
Going to go holding on Humboldt. It's going to push him back. Loss of 5. First down and 15. About 15 seconds separating game clock and play clock. Cubs in victory, and they're going to take a knee, and that is going to bring us to the end of this one. The Humboldt Cubs beating the Southeast Lancers with a score of 60-14 as the Cubs improve to 10-0 on the season, and they will continue in this Class 2A playoffs. Matchup next week pending. Cubs take it with a score 60-14. Thank you for watching this one. I'm Tyler Godman. Thank you for watching this game between the Humboldt Cubs and the Southeast Lancers.
Have you noticed a new smell in Humboldt these days? That's because TJ's Barbecue has moved in-room from the small shack and saloon to Humboldt's newest smokehouse. Follow your nose and stop in for your favorite Swiss barbecue like pork, ribs, chicken, and brisket. Now open Thursdays and Mondays, TJ's offers daily specials like their famous loaded taco salad or enchiladas on the weekend.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right. What did you guys get? You're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, what did you guys figure out about
Say that one more time.
What did you figure out about what you're going to do with the equipment?
Is it okay if I bring it back to the station right now?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, that's all. I'm just going to run to the station. Right after this, I'll come straight to the station and drop it off.
When you get here, man.
All right, cool. Thank you, sir.